and welcome back to my channel. It is December 1st, which means it is the start of the Just Read It Already ReadAthon that I am co-hosting with Joe from Fight and Read Like a Girl. So, the beginning of this video, this first vlog, and I guess the second vlog are going to be my last 2 weeks of school, so I have to focus on finals and all that fun stuff. Hey guys, so I have about a half hour. Thank you, Jellybean. Come here. I started filming and he had to be right here, you know? Is that new? No. But I have about a half hour before my next class starts, so I thought since I had already started this that I could just read a little bit of this. I don't know how much I'm going to get done. I made some hash brown patties, so I have to go grab those for breakfast. And I've been working on homework because I'm working on my final projects that are due next week. But I'm having trouble deciding what I want to do. So, I read a little bit. That was epic. So it's been a very long time since I've seen the TV show, The Walking Dead. But I don't remember that happening at all. So I have to go to class, and then I have 2 more classes today, and then I have to go to work. So I think I'm just going to listen to my audiobook a little bit later. Maybe I'll physically read something 2 nights. I don't know. We will see. But I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I'm that far into it, which doesn't seem like a lot, but slowly working on it. Hey guys, so I'm on my way to work, but I did get further into The Walking Dead. I almost made it to chapter 4. And then I'm on number 4, chapter 4, which I think is the 4th one. So I might read some more of this tonight. I'm going to start my audiobook, which is The Wedding Party by Jasmine Guillory. Yeah, I'll show you. Because it was on my TBR and I do own it physically, but when I work, I have like 45 minutes of a commute on the bus. So I like to listen to something, so I'm just gonna listen to this. And how do I look, y'all? Pretty good, right? So I will update you tonight. Hey guys, hopefully. So I thought I would update you on my reading, and then I'm going to bed. So yeah. Listened to quite a bit of this on audiobook, and I found my spot. So I am on page 77, which is chapter 6 of The Wedding Party by Jasmine Guillory. I'm not as hooked onto The Wedding Party as I've been on the first 2. I haven't given up on it. It was my 5-star prediction for this month. But so far it's only like 3 stars. Maybe it'll get better. It's just kind of slower than the other 2. And it's supposed to be a hate-to-love romance. But I'm not feeling the hate. I haven't felt the hate at all. So I'm a little disappointed on this one so far. But I'm going to try and read like another hour of this book, perhaps. Or the other book I've been reading today, which I am loving. I'm living for this book. So I've been scared because she's chunky. She really chunky. She's almost 1,100 pages. But that is The Walking Dead Compendium 1. You guys. So, in The Walking Dead, you follow Rick Grimes, his wife Lori, and their son Carl, and their found family during the zombie apocalypse. So, I picked it up because I used to love the TV show. Then a lot of stuff happened on the show that I was like, ew, that's so... Why? You know, it had me questioning everything. But I've always been a little bit interested in the Walking Dead graphic novels. So we have them all except for the 4th compendium, which I think is the last one. But I have time. It's cool. I'm going to finish this one this month. And then the other 2 are on my TBR for 2021. Anyway, let's get into this. Rick Grimes is a badass. a bad A. He is way more demented than I remember the show being. I kind of like it, though. So in the show, I hated his wife, Lori. So far, I'm not, like, either way, like, I don't hate her, but I don't love her in this either. She's just kind of there. But, oh my gosh. I always make the mistake of watching the movie or the TV show first and thinking that it's wonderful and keeping my memories of that show or movie great. But reading this is making me rethink the entire TV show because, yeah, I liked it for a long time. I was, like, very obsessed with it. Amanda, if you're watching this, I have been part of a fandom before. The Walking Dead fandom. Oh my god, you guys. I didn't even think of that, but I was obsessed. I watched every single episode every week. I would rewatch them. I even got collectible item. Oh my gosh, I've been part of a fandom before. That makes me actually super excited. I'm liking this more than the TV show. I did not think that would be possible. There are a few lingering questions that I have, and because I know one of the big relationships in the TV show and something that just happened in this book did not happen in the TV show, like, that part is breaking my heart. But the rest is like, Rick Grimes is freaking... What? I don't even know how to explain it. He's just a badass. Like, I like this version of him better than Andrew Lincoln plays on him. But I love Andrew Lincoln, and I love Rick Grimes on the show, too. But I just... They seem like completely different people to me. The person in this book and the screen, they seem different to me. I'm not mad about it. Good morning. It is day 2 of the ReadAthon. But I finished The Wedding Party by Jasmine Guillory. I didn't like this book. Okay, that's too strong. I gave it 3 stars. It was fine. There's nothing wrong with this book, but with my expectations going into it, the first 2 in this series were amazing. 4.5 and 5 stars. This is a 3-star. Mainly because it was pitched as a love to hate, or a hate to love romance.
We are going to start out in the 3.5 slides.
Sorry, I'm in class. It just started.
So
Right
now it looks like
Butts.
Stephanie's the only one in there with me.
But, I did not feel a hate. There was no hate in this. It was more of they didn't know each other, so they made fun of each other. And that could have easily been described as...
Okay.
Flirting.
Second to last.
Guys, I'm so sorry that my vlog sucks. Or that there isn't a whole lot of reading in it yet. I still don't have a reading update. Other than what I talked about earlier, how I finished this, was not impressed. Which is sad, because this was my 5-star prediction. Didn't love it. It was okay. if you have any suggestions for a real hate to love romance, please leave it in the comments below, because I feel like if I were to read a good, authentic hate to love where they actually hate each other at the beginning and, move to lovers, then the way I said that, and then move to lovers, I might actually enjoy hate to love as much, if not more, than fake dating. And fake dating is my favorite love trope ever. I've been in class all day. Boop, boop. Now I'm watching BookTube. So Haley in Bookland is doing Vlogmas, which I might do not this year. I might do in 2021. Leave in the comments below if that's something you'd want to see. It'd be like a ton of videos throughout the month of December, which I feel like I could do. We'll see. We'll see how things are going. But I have this, and I really, really, really wanted to show it because I'm so excited for my science. We're doing our third capstone. So we have 3 capstones this semester for science, which basically a capstone is just our end of unit project. That this one is like an experiment type thing. The others were kind of more about teaching science, which makes sense because I'm a teacher. I'm going to be. I mean, my husband says I'm already a teacher because I do teach 1 to 2 days a week right now. I just don't get paid for it. Plus, I'm going to school and taking all these teaching classes. So, I'm a teacher. I need to stop saying when I become a teacher, because I'm a teacher, y'all. Anyways, let me show you this project. So we have been learning about heat and playing with different experiments with heat. Like, we got to play with a multimeter and see how the sun heats it, and I was like climbing on my roof and stuff or on my canopy to get my multimeter to the top. And it turns out the closer to the sun that you are, the hotter it gets. Duh. But our capstone project is to create a house a half hour before I need to go to work or get ready for work. So I have a half hour. I think I want to read more of The Walking Dead. I was really thinking about reading 6 Months Later. But I'm really just vibing with The Walking Dead right now. So I'm not gonna change anything, I do have this on my phone now, so I can read it on my commute. Although I guess technically I could just take this book and read it. So I might take this book and read it on my commute, unless I start a different audiobook, but I don't have any on my TBR. Like, I don't have any audiobooks that are already on my TBR, so it'd be like an extra book. And I kind of want to get these 7 done, because I got one book finished. I am jamming out to some country music as I read. So from here on out, you're just going to have some really cute, or some cool music, and it's probably going to be in fast forward for a little bit, and then I have to go to work. So after this little reading montage, I'll catch you guys later. I read some more. I'm gonna quickly go over this with you. You know what? My bookshelf's right there. So you know what? We'll just film in front of my bookshelf, like, you know, always. I don't know why. I finished College Girl, a memoir by Laura Gray Rosendale yesterday. So I had already read like 60 or 65 pages of this when this ReadAthon started this month. And it's pretty short. It's like 250 pages. So I had read a good chunk of it already. So I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. I'm almost speechless as what to say here, because you follow this woman who, first off, it's nonfiction. Second off, you follow this woman who gets raped on her college campus she lives on campus, and someone breaks into her house and rapes her in the middle of the night. And I was so sure that someone very close to her was part of it, helped plan it. And I was shocked when that wasn't the case. But I can't tell you anything else because that's spoilers. This book is very raw and emotional, and I swear trigger warnings for everything. But mostly, so you start the book and you don't even get to know Laura. The first interaction with Laura is during this violent attack on her. And this book was so moving. And I don't know, because I honestly, I still have 5 books, 2, 4, 5, plus the rest of The Walking Dead. So 6 books to finish off this year. I have never read a book like this in my life. And I'm torn because I don't think I will ever reread this, because it did more than break my heart. It broke my soul. And it wrecked my life. But last night, I was walking home from work in the dark. It was 8 o'clock at night, but it gets dark here early now. So, I had just, I still had a little bit of this to go, but I was so paranoid. I kept looking over my shoulder, and, ooh, it's cold today. But I heard, probably just people talking or people in their apartments or whatever that I was passing. But I was so paranoid. I, tried to call my husband to give me a ride home, but he was still at work. So I was, freaking out a little bit. So it's terrifying because it's true. It's gory and gross and hopeful and about recovery from a violent assault. And it also talks a little bit about, the justice system for things regarding rape. So this rape took place in the 80s, but it follows kind of the repercussions of what happened after the rape, not only to Laura, the victim, but also to her rapist. And at that time, rape and burglary were like on the same level as far as the justice system was, involved. But and that's just something interesting to think about. But this book also shows how how the people around you change after you go through something so tender, so violent, so bad. So I would not recommend this to everyone. Yes, I loved this book. It was hard to read. It was beyond hard to read. I put it down for a long time. Just picked it up for this ReadAthon. And it like, I don't know how to talk about it, but it definitely changed my life. And I'm gonna be keeping it on my shelf so that I can talk about it more in different videos. Maybe where I'm not so, I just don't know how to talk about this. little bit before I have to go to work, but I am going to take this to work and read on my commute. But I know that a lot happened in that little chunk that I read, so I'm happy just taking it, like, I feel like I read about 20 pages at a time. 20 to 40, I don't know. Basically, I read for a half hour a day out of this book. I feel like I should be able to finish it. I do need to start thinking about picking up one of my other books in addition to this one, but I'm just enjoying this one so much. So today on my commute, I'm gonna be reading this some more. Hey, so it's Saturday morning, and I told you guys yesterday that I was gonna read a bunch and pre-film so much stuff, but I forgot that Hubby Man is off on Saturdays now, so we're actually gonna run our errands today. Then I have work tonight, so I'm probably not gonna vlog much. But I did want to update you on this big chunker. I'm still on chapter 5, but it's an extremely long chapter. I read, like I said, it's hard to figure out how many pages because there are no page numbers. But I'm guessing, let's see. I'll just show you the big chunk that I read yesterday at work or going to work. If I can figure, okay, so right here to here, I read that much. I don't know if it looks like a lot or not. It felt like a lot. But tomorrow is the last day of the vlog. But I'm off tomorrow, so hopefully I can get some vlogging done. I don't know though, because my plan was to pre-film. And I wanted to pre-film so that I could have stuff to go up in December. But Earth to Alita, it's already the 5th of December. So I did not do very good on pre-filming. I want to have this series of goal videos coming out this month, so maybe I will film them all tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, I'm making my way through this book. Maybe I'll read a couple pages while Hubby Man gets ready. Hey guys, so final update for this weekly reading vlog. And I realized that I did not bake anything on camera. So I'm failing at the vlogging challenge, but I'm succeeding on the reading challenge. So maybe next week, when I'm supposed to wrap presents on camera, I will wrap presents and bake something. Because I don't have an oven, so like microwave something that I can eat it this week. Oh, I'll try that TikTok hack where you take Oreo cookies and a little bit of milk and then you microwave it and it's supposed to come out like a mug cake. That's what we'll try next week. But ending our vlog, I have almost got to chapter 6. But look at how far that is. I'm so proud of myself. Plus, we finished 2 other books. So, if we keep this rate up, then we should finish all 8 books. And my group read. Or my buddy read with Amanda. Which starts in actually a couple days, I think. I think it's the day after finals. So 4 days. So that should be on next week's. So you'll see me reading Open Road Summer. And hopefully finishing this guy next week. And then I still have 3 books after that. 4 books. 4 books after that. I need to learn to count. I'm not a math YouTuber. I'm a reader, but it's still sad that I couldn't count 4. So, yeah, this is getting really good. I don't want to give a ton of spoilers or anything, but if you've watched and or read, then you'll know this one word. I'm going to give you one word as to where I'm at in The Walking Dead right now. Okay, I guess technically 2 words. The governor. Yep. It's pretty intense. So, I definitely want to get to some of this soon. But today, it's Sunday morning. And then me and my hubby man are going to go finish doing our errands. Because we did some yesterday, then I had to go to work. So, we're going to go do errands for the first 2 or 3 hours of the day. And then when we come back, I want to finally film a bunch of stuff